Hello and welcome to you all in Public News. Minister of External Affairs Government of India organized 4th India-Europe 29th Business Forum at New Delhi to expand business relations with Europe. In the program, Minister of Trade and Industry of the Czech Republic, Mr. Thomas Unar, and the Vice President of the Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Borivio Minat, interacted with media and business houses. In the press conference, the Ambassador of Czech Republic, Mr. Milan Hovakas, said that it's a big field for investors and better opportunity to invest there. Later, the chief editor of Public News, Dr. Praveen Gupta, talked to the Czech Republic minister and the ambassador. And what they said, let's see in our presented report.
India-Europe Business Forum from India, and these 29 European economies are going to develop their business. First conference of this forum has been in December 8, 2016. The Minister of State of External Affairs, Government of India, Mr. General V.K. Singh has inaugurated the first conference. Today we are here with the Mr. Thomas Hunar, and the Hunar is the Honorable Minister of Industry and Trade of Czech Republic. And by profession, Mr. Hunar is an engineer, and he can talk in English, German, Russian, Bulgarian languages. I would like to ask some question, Your Excellency. What kind of business relation are existing between Czech and India?
This is asking.
Yeah. I think the repetitions of the question, but we have need some specific.
Yeah. I would like to say about the real business which are running and going between the Indian and the Czech Republic. We were talking about the automotive industry, about the chemical industry, about the energy industry, about the cooperation, about the cooperation in the established new nuclear power units, which are before the Indian energy sector and the Czech sector too. We were talking about the decreasing and the solution for the decreasing of the pollution, including the CO2, about the smart solutions like the smart cities, smart grids, operation, cyber security systems, and others. I think that is many issues which we developed and discovered, including the tourism, about maybe support of the our connections like direct flight between the Delhi and Prague, and much more things. I am very glad that because this is my role, that I am not now in the business position in which I was my professional work, but I am in the position in which I have to support it, maybe this kind of the communication, discussion, and support it some concrete results which is coming from this kind of the discussion. I am very proud that we are of the two focus countries in this business forum, and I think that we can fulfill this tasks, and we very open communicating with the representatives from the business from the both sides, like the India and the Czech Republic, and with our partners in the very different ministries in India, and this is very pleasure for me, and I'm sure that will be some concrete results in the very short time. The ambassador, my colleague, my friends, because we were working in the same ministry 10 years ago, like the deputy ministries, very good supported, not only in the business forum, but day-to-day very hard business and supporting. Thanks for him and supporting this.
Very popular and
yeah, it's active like the radioactive. Is the guide on the right side? Yeah, and this is maybe the answer for your question.
Yeah, and sir, you have been the chairman of the supervisory board of renewable energy of your country. So, what advice would you give to the Indian government to resolve the energy problems?
It's a good question. I was working in the Siemens company 2 years. I think the very good solution is using the smart grids, including the operation systems, including the renewable sources and the sea storages, which is possible very good connected with the unpredictable sources like the photovoltaics and wind power. In the India is a little different situation because you have sun maybe every day, but in the Czech Republic and in the Germany is the very similar situation that wind is going, not going, the sun is functioning or not, and for this we will have to be balanced these renewable sources by the sea storages or maybe another accumulation systems. We were talking about it with Minister of the Energy, and we were talking that in India is very good possibility established the new pump storages. This is the accumulation too. But sea storages, the clean sea storages, the batteries, is a very good solution too. And I think that is the very good issues which we will be maybe common developed and decreasing the pollution.
And sir, many developed countries are taking the help of the nuclear energy to solve their energy problems. So, what are your view in this matter?
It's necessary to say that with the nuclear energy in the Middle Europe and in the Europe is not so easy situation, because the countries like the Germany and Austria stopped this kind of the sources. In the Czech Republic now is producing 6 blocks and units of the nuclears units. We are sure that the combination, the nuclear and the renewable sources, without the zero emission sources, that is the good future for the consumers, because the nuclear sources are working on the base load, on this consumption curve, and the renewable sources could be working on the peak load and the others. And this is, I think, that is the future of the people, because this is the energy without the pollution. Of course, is necessary decided and solved what we will be doing with the fired fuel from this kind of the power stations, nuclear power stations, but the solution is existing, and we will have to build this kind of nuclear storages in the Czech Republic too. And this finishes process.
How you see the Modi government?
Sorry?
How you see the Modi government? What expect?
What I expect, what is the reality?
Yes,
With the,
from Modi government.
it is not maybe fair from my side, because I am energetic and I was studying the technical university with this kind of the technology. For my opinion, is the future this kind of combination about I said this is the nuclear renewable sources, and maybe new technologies which in the so fast future, which we don't maybe know yet, like the fusion.
Co si myslíš o Modim a jeho politice, tak jenom řekni, že dělají skvělý job, že udělali hodně pro obnovení růstu, otevření ekonomiky.
We have opened, the Modi government has opened 40 investment sectors. So where specifically would Czech like to focus on?
Yeah, it's a very good question, maybe for the ambassador, because he is living here. But maybe say me that I'm sure with it that Mr. Modi many things made for the open our trade and not only between the Czech Republic and India, but for the another foreign countries. It's very pleasure for me, like the representatives of the trade and industry from the Czech Republic.
A minute ago there was probably you asked, is India ready for business? Definitely. India is ready.
Yeah, definitely.
The potential is huge.
Yes.
You have 1.3 billion market. Largest pool of talented people. The authorities have done a lot to open up to many sectors, not only to foreigners, but also, and it's all, I believe, equally important, to domestic investors as well. Ease of doing business, it is yet another area. I believe, well, there a lot has been done to make the country one of the best trade and investment spots in today's world. And definitely, with the Czechs, we are open-minded people.
And Excellency, please come in.
We are open-minded people. We are dependent on external environment. Our businesses have always been ready to travel a lot to establish new commercial ties, strengthen the existing ones, and definitely ministers' presence here, our extremely intensive calendar. The objective is the same: to listen, to understand, to get familiar with the specificities, not of India as such, but definitely of each and every state. What are states' major strengths? What are local governments' priorities? And on that basis, we try to calibrate appropriate strategies that would help us become part of those strategies, and through which we could eventually work together with a view to transforming these visions, priorities, and plans into reality. So many sectors, as I mentioned, highly industrial country with one of the highest industry to GDP. So manufacturing, we perfectly understand Prime Minister Modi's vision to transform India into yet manufacturing, global manufacturing hub. We are not as big as India, but we are one of major manufacturing hubs in Europe. And we would like to share knowledge, skill, innovation capacity with Indian partners. And I believe if we can gain efforts, and we have been definitely quite successful, but still more, we can have substantially more if we redouble our efforts.
Excellency, you just told us that the SME is the backbone of the business. So what the Czech Republic have a plan to invest in SMEs in India? Have you any plan to invest some small and medium enterprises in India?
I don't have the plan with me, but you were around the table, so you must have heard what I said. And what I said, and in fact, half of the companies, and minister has come to New Delhi with a high-powered delegation, 20 Czech businesses. At least half of them represent small and medium enterprises sector. We have set Czech business incubator in Karnataka to promote businesses between SMEs of the two countries. We invite people to come, to spend a couple of weeks and months in the country. We will offer them our networking experience, contacts we do have at our disposal, and on that basis we try to encourage them to find new partners. But at the same time, I have to mention that we are not starting from the scratch. We are not starting from zero. We do have a number of SMEs which have already invested in India, which have been here for some time, and which have been creating hundreds of high quality jobs. But indeed, it is very important. And Minister, by the way, is also responsible for SMEs policies in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, if I may add a few words, because I have heard 3 or 4 times the question, how about the foreign investment? Yeah, it is a very good question. It's very, very, very difficult to speak about politics. I will not speak about the politics, about the Indian politics, but from my point of view, you have two ways how increase the business, how increase the GDP and so. You can, in the first, you can create support for the foreign investment, the first one, or you can make some support for the domestic company, for domestic companies. If you support only foreign investment, after that, the profit in the future will escape from the India. If you support as well the domestic companies, it will be for the future much better. I think the optimal solution is a combination. It depends on the condition. From my point of view, I think a good way is to support domestic companies, to give them some support for the loan, for the management, and we are ready to sell technologies for the Indian companies, educate the Indian companies, and after that they will start the production and make profit and again reinvestment. I think it is a good way, but it's a very difficult and a little bit political question. But you have two ways. One is only foreign investment or support of domestic investment or combination.